guys, my name is Michael and welcome to a new GTK tutorial. Today we are going to learn something new and we are going to proceed with our signals. And the next function which I'm going to introduce you after we saw how the GSignal Connect works and the GSignal Connect Swap as well. Now the next function which I'm going to introduce you, it is called GSignal Connect After. It says connects a callback function to a signal for a particular object, but what makes interesting this function, it says the handler will be called after the default handler, not before, like in the case, for example, of the swap. What exactly happens? Well, let me show you. I'm going to create a scenario for you and you will understand it better. So for this, the thing which I'm going to do right now, I'm going to declare a GTK widget pointer, and we are going to create a button. Now let's create this button, GTK button new with label. I'm going to say click me wherever, and then the next thing, I'm going to set the margins. Let's say G object set on the button. We are going to set the margin to 50 pixels, and GTK container function will be called to put inside our window. Inside our window we are going to put the button. Now what exactly happens if I'm compiling around the program right now? You will see a window which has of course a button with the label click me inside it. Now let me call the GSignal Connect signal connect function on the button with the detailed signal which is the clicked signal which belongs to the button, and the next thing will be the G callback function will be the clicked callback, and of course the last parameter, it will be null in this case because we don't need it. Okay, that being said, we need to create this function. I already know, and you should already know, you should check the signal, the clicked signal of this button. It is expecting you to declare it as void, and takes two parameters. The first one is the GTK button, not well, button, and the second one is the G pointed data, which I'm not going to use it. G point, so I'm going to cast it data. I'm not going to it because I don't need it. Okay, now G return if fail, GTK if fail, GTK is button. If it's not button, then it should fail. And here I'm going to say G print the button was clicked. Okay, now let me compile it and run it at this point just to see how it's working. And as you can see, it says the button was clicked. Okay, now let me catch another signal for you, GSignal Connect on the button, and this time I'm going to say button press event, which is very important. G callback function will be button press, not here, but here, button press callback, and again we are going to pass null. This function, the button press event signal which we are monitoring right here, expects another kind of function than the clicked one, and it is a G Boolean function because there are some events inside it. So I'm going to say static G Boolean, and then of course not the clicked callback, the button press callback, because this is what we are monitoring now. We need to monitor when the button was pressed as well. And okay, of course we say GTK button, it is the first one, The second one is the GTK event, which is the event, and the last one GNU C unused, the G pointer. Okay, now here inside I'm going to say again G return if fail GTK is button. So if we have no button, then it should return. And the next thing which we are going to do, we are going to say something like this: if event type it is GTK button press, yes, then G print you press the button. Okay, it should be enough. Return false because we are done with it, and if something else is different, then I'm going to return true. Okay, now let me compile it and run it. At this point, what we have two callbacks. One which is the clicked one. If you click the mouse, if you click the button, sorry, with your mouse, then this function will be called. If you press the left mouse, then on the button, which is a little bit different, you will see in a second why, then you press the button should be printed. Here, as you can see, we call the GTK connect on the same button, and at this point we are basically monitoring the click and the button press event. So I'm going to compile it. We do have a I have something which I write it wrong. Let me see exactly what's the error. It says parameter name omitted, return with no value in function. Where exactly? Yes, I know. Okay, I need, because we need to return val if fail, if it's not a button. So I'm going to say true, return true, and now parameter not emitted. We have the same story, something which I forgot. So let me see, G pointer data, of course, because it is expecting the G signal connect data, something I forgot. I need to check where. Here, right here. Okay, now everything should be fine. Okay, so let's see. At this point, if I'm going to click this mouse, as you can see, we have two things. You press the button and the button was clicked. You see? Now the button was clicked. Let me put the new line right here just to see it again. So watch. You press the button and the button was clicked. You press the button was clicked. You see, both are called because one is basically on the monitoring the button itself if it gets pressed. You see, and it says you press the button, and once that you release the mouse, then the press button signal will be also catched and says the button was clicked. Or best said, sorry, another way, if you press the mouse, it will be catch the signal, and then once that you click the mouse and the button and you release it, then the button was clicked, callback function will be called. Okay, so this is the behavior. Right click, you see, if I hit right click or middle click to say you press the button, because I'm not pressing the button, I'm pressing the right mouse, the middle mouse, and now I'm pressing the left mouse, which says the press button and the button was clicked are printed. Now, what's happened if, for example, you are interested in right click, middle click for something different, but you want the clicked function as well to be called instead of this one. So you can make some changes. For this I need to do something, so I'm going to create a switch. I'm going to access the event button, and the button itself, I need the button structure. Don't worry if you see that something is if you don't understand this part, because you should not care about this one right now. The important thing which you need to know right now, it is that I want to be sure that you understand it better. So what I'm going to say, case, not there, here, I'm going to say case 1, if 1, then let's say left, sorry, I need G print left mouse button was pressed, that so you will understand it better. Now I'm going to say return false, because this is very important that you understand this part. Now case 2, I'm going to say G print right mouse button was pressed, return also false. Case 3, G print, oh sorry, here is the right mouse button was pressed. I've made a mistake, return false. I'm going to fix it right now, because this is the middle button. Okay, and of course default, if something goes bad, then return true, whatever. Anyway, what exactly happens now? We have two functions. The first one is the clicked, where we know that the button was clicked, and of course the second one, it is the press event, which basically show us when we are working with the mouse, which mouse button was pressed. Was the left one, was the middle one, or was the right one? So I'm going to compile it and run it at this point, and I'm going to click. It says left mouse was pressed and the button was clicked. Now it says right mouse was pressed and middle mouse was pressed, and again left mouse was pressed. What happens if, for example, you want that only the button was clicked should be called, but the left mouse button was pressed should not? But also in that case you need the right click to work, and of course the middle one. What you will do it? So here is the part which comes handy to you. Now to make it work, basically you need to get to make use of the after function. So this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to call GTK GSignal Connect after on the button with the button press event, which has to be monitored. Once that happens, then this function should be called. Now watch how the behavior of this program changes, because now I said it should be called after, which means what exactly you will see in a second. So I'm going to click the mouse, the button, and as you can see, no matter how many times I'm clicking, you see no left mouse is clicked, you see, but right click is working, middle button is working, you see, right, middle, but no left. So basically this is one of the things which you do with the GSignal Connect after. If you call it, you are expecting that already something happens, and if it's that, then this is the function which you needed, and you saw the behavior, how it's working, and how different behaves from the thing which you, from the difference between the GSignal Connect in this case and GSignal Connect Swap or GSignal Connect after. At this point, I think you have a better understanding about the GSignal Connect, GSignal Connect Swap, and GSignal Connect after, because these things are very important for you to understand them. And when you need it, you need it. When you don't, you don't, and just call GSignal Connect or GSignal Connect Swap. That being said, thank you guys for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, share with your friends and neighbors, and until next time, see you guys.